Hello everyone, I want to make a quick video on just my thoughts on the new and very controversial power, which is the Battlecat. If you're out of the loop, basically Kiwi did a collaboration with Masters of the Universe to add in the Battlecat from that series. If you don't know what Masters of the Universe is, basically just He-Man. I haven't seen anything about it. I don't really have any desire about it. You probably are familiar with He-Man, even if you don't know who he is. He was a very popular meme, I think, back in like the late 2010s. You've probably seen the original video, even if you've kind of forgotten it. But I guess if you're part of like an older generation, you probably know who He-Man is. But anyways, why is it controversial? Well, if you didn't know, basically the power, the Battlecat, it's just a standard power that you just place down. It has an ability where you activate it, becomes super powerful for 3 rounds, and then goes away forever. The issue with that is that the main way to obtain this power is through purchasing it through real money. Now there is a quest that does give you 3 Battlecat powers for free, but after that I'm pretty sure you have to spend like real money to get 30 more, as well as some other goodies and whatnot. So that's kind of the main criticism here, is that it's a power that costs real money, that isn't even like really permanent. And you know, the Battlecat isn't really all that powerful until you transform it into its like new super powered form. So until you transform it, you know, it's basically useless. Now I'm just gonna say it straight up. I do have the same opinion like everyone else. I don't really think that was really a good inclusion or a good move. I don't really like the idea of powers really costing money in the first place. Now some people kind of accuse it of being pay to win, but it's just straight up not pay to win. That's not what pay to win means. Simply just because powers are banned in every single competitive game mode, and every map can be beaten without powers, so it's not pay to win at all. If you accuse it of being pay to win, I don't really think you know what like pay to win actually means. Especially because like the power itself isn't really that good, for like kind of the reason I said, like, you know, it only being powerful for 3 rounds is kind of pitiful. And so that really only help you against like the last 3 rounds, like, you know, 98, 99, 100. Like those like the hardest of the last 3 rounds, but like still it's still not that good. You'd rather have something permanent. So no, it's not pay to win. But I don't really think it's a good kind of inclusion or kind of move. It's a bit of an awkward collaboration too, because, you know, Masters of the Universe, He-Man, all that stuff doesn't really have any connection with FTDZ anyway. It just kind of feels like a forced, ham-fisted inclusion. It's just a bit strange. Like the Mr. Beast collab was just kind of whatever, I guess, you know. It was just there, I guess, but you know, it was like Masters of the Universe is just strange. So another thing that people have been kind of worried about is this being a little bit of a slippery slope. I can't understand where they're coming from. They're basically saying, like, you know, if Kiwi's charging money for kind of powers and whatnot, you know, they might be charging money for kind of like towers in the future. Although they did already kind of do that with the Mermonkey, although the Mermonkey can be obtained for free by just, you know, getting 3 million pops, which isn't really all that difficult or tough. I'm not really sure how I feel about this argument, because I can kind of understand it. Another series I like is Monster Hunter. I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan. And in that series, Capcom has started charging actual money for like weapon skins. That wouldn't really be too much of an issue, but what you'll notice from these weapon skins is that the ones that you can obtain for free don't really come close to the ones that you obtain with like actual like real money. And so, like, you know, the ones you obtain you can get for free pale comparison to the ones that you can buy from the shop, which is a little bit scummy. And so, you know, the main argument in that series as well, you know, like, you know, if they're charging money for like these weapon skins, you know, they might be logging like, you know, favorite monsters behind like, you know, paid quests and whatnot. So I'm not really sure if that would really kind of be a valid argument in terms of like FTDZ or even like in Monster Hunter. Just because, well, we just don't really know if that's the case. Like, you know, Kiwi's already been charging money for like Fast Track, and Double Cash has been around for years at this point. So I'm not really sure if that would be a valid argument here, but I can understand where you're coming from if you do make it. When I first saw the update video, I kind of when I heard that they were adding in Battlecats, I assumed that they were gonna add in like, you know, the cat things from, of course, Battlecats, you know, those like white circular blob things. And so I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, Ninja Kiwi is collaborating with another tower defense game. So I thought, oh, that would be a pretty interesting and cool inclusion. But I was kind of disappointed when I saw the, you know, actual cat, and I was just like, what is this? Who is this from? Because, you know, I don't think many people really are familiar with Masters of the Universe. Like, you know, I myself am not. And I don't really kind of see too many people talking about it. It's not like people out here like recommending it. It's like, oh, you should watch Masters of the Universe. I think like, you know, that series may appeal to like slightly older generations, not really kind of younger generations, like, you know, like Gen Z and whatnot, who mainly play BTD6. Now, I feel like the reason why Ninja Kiwi is just kind of doing this is, well, obviously money. You've probably noticed recently, but Ninja Kiwi is kind of like really ramping up what they're doing kind of with pretty much every single of their games. They're releasing a brand new IP. They are bringing back the Zombie Assault series. They released Blue Card Storm, their first card game. You know, Battles 2 is of course bleeding money. And just to quickly talk about Battles 2, I feel like one of the main motivations behind doing this is purely skeptical and spectacle and whatnot. Is just mainly the fact that, you know, Bloons Card Storm and Battles 2 I don't think are bringing in revenue. It wouldn't really surprise me if they aren't turning a profit. They're probably losing money. Like Battles 2, I can fairly confident say is probably losing money. I can't really imagine too many people are still playing it, or even, you know, paying for stuff within the game with actual money. So it wouldn't surprise me if Operating Battles 2 is running at a loss. Bloons Card Storm seems to be picking up steam, so I can't really say too much about that. And so they might be accepting this collaboration is because, well, they need money to keep, you know, Bloons Card Storm Battles 2 afloat, especially since they are going to be launching 2 new games, Fightlands and Zombie Assault Resurgence, I believe it's called. So they probably need more money to, you know, put stuff into kind of developing that, as well as the fact that Ninja Kiwi is also planning to release their new Legend DLC for BTD6, and so I'm sure that is also taking a lot of development time. So I feel like they're probably doing this because, you know, they need money. I don't think that's particularly like a bad thing for a company to want to, like, you know, want to make money. But, you know, I just don't think the Battlecat power was just kind of the way to go about it, in my opinion. Like having a temporary power that, you know, kind of sucks until you use the ability, but it goes away in 3 rounds is kind of, you know, it kind of burns a little bit, you know. But yeah, that's really just kind of all I want to say. Just kind of a quick recap. I feel like Ninja Kiwi might be doing this just to, you know, get more money to kind of keep not keep stuff afloat, but to, you know, push more money into developing their brand new IP, Fightland, Zombie Assault, as well as kind of hopefully keep the lights on for the kind of Battles 2 and BCS team, as I really don't believe that BCS or Battles 2 is profitable at all. I don't think this is a good way to go about this. I don't really like the Battlecat power-up just kind of in general. I don't think I'll actually use the Battlecat power just kind of in general, kind of ever, because it's just not really all that good. That's basically all I wanted to say. Just not really good inclusion overall. Hopefully Ninja Kiwi doesn't really go down the path of Plants vs. Zombies. That's kind of my main worry, as Plants vs. Zombies was a series that I used to love. Haven't played 2 in a really long time. Plants vs. Zombies 3 doesn't seem to be looking too good either. I think the series is just kind of dead in the water at this point. But yeah, that's basically all I want to say. Have a good day, everyone. Hopefully Ninja Kiwi learns from this, and, you know, maybe doesn't do something like this again, but who knows. I have no issues with them doing collaborations with other people. It's just, you know, just don't make it a power that you have to purchase with real money, especially if the power itself isn't even that good.